Get serious. Life is serious. Life is not a practice run. There is no rehearsal, no second draft. This is it. And whether you take life seriously or not, life takes you seriously. Life responds exactly to what you do, not what you intend, not what you hope, but what you practice. Life responds to what you deserve, not what you need. That's a hard thought, but an honest one. You don't get what you want just because you want it. You get what you earn. You get what you prepare for. You get what you become. And here's the truth most people avoid. Life is serious business. Your health is serious. Your future is serious. Your time is serious. And your potential is very serious. But too many people live casually. Casual with their mornings. Casual with their goals. Casual with their promises. They say, I'll start someday. They say, when things slow down. They say, when I feel ready. Life doesn't wait for readiness. Life moves on. Time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time. Every day you delay, life records it. Every day you act, life records that too. This is not pressure. This is power. Because once you understand that life is serious, you stop playing small. You stop drifting. You stop guessing. You stop wasting energy. You begin to live on purpose. Success isn't complicated, but it is demanding. Success is predictable. It's not luck, and it's not magic. It's hard work and discipline. If life feels heavy right now, it may be asking something of you. More focus, more discipline, more responsibility. Not because life is cruel, but because life is fair. And fairness means results match effort. In this speech, we're going to talk about why getting serious changes everything. Why casual living costs you dearly, and how discipline turns pressure into progress. Because the moment you get serious about life, life starts getting serious about rewarding you. Let's begin. Life does not negotiate. It does not bargain. And it does not wait for you to feel ready. Life moves forward every day, with or without your permission. And whether you take life seriously or not, life takes you seriously. That's the great misunderstanding. People think life will go easy on them if they go easy on life. They think casual effort will produce serious results. They think wishing is the same as working, but life doesn't respond to wishes. It responds to behavior. Life responds to what you deserve, not what you need. That's a sobering thought, but it's also a liberating one, because it means your future is not controlled by luck, fate, or circumstances. It's controlled by how you show up every day. Life is serious about time. It gives you 24 hours, not a minute more, not a minute less. It doesn't care how busy you are. It doesn't care how tired you feel. It simply says, here's the day. What will you do with it? And what you do or don't do matters. People don't lose their future in a dramatic moment. They lose it casually. Casual mornings. Casual goals. Casual promises. They drift. They postpone. They say, I'll start next week. And next week becomes next year. The days are long, but the years are short. Life is serious about health too. It will let you eat poorly for a while. It will let you ignore movement for years. It will let you stay up too late, too often. But eventually, it collects. Not out of cruelty. Out of consistency, life simply balances the books. The same is true with finances, skills, relationships, self-respect. Life doesn't punish. It reflects. It reflects the effort you give, the care you show, the standards you accept. This is why casual living is so dangerous. It feels comfortable at first. Effort is delayed. Discipline is postponed. But comfort is expensive. We must all suffer one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Regret is what shows up later. When energy is low, when opportunities have passed, when you realize you could have done more and didn't. And here's what hurts the most. Life gives signs, quiet ones, a little dissatisfaction, a feeling that you're capable of more, a small voice saying, you should be further along. But if you ignore that voice long enough, it stops speaking. That's when people settle. Not because they want to, but because they've lost belief. Belief comes from action, not hope. You don't believe in yourself because you think positively. You believe in yourself because you keep promises to yourself. And casual living breaks promises daily. Life is serious about growth. If you don't grow, you stagnate. And stagnation always leads to decline. There is no neutral gear in life. If you are not moving forward, you are moving backward. Now, here's the turning point. The moment you decide to get serious, life responds. Not instantly, not dramatically, but predictably. You start waking up with intention. You plan your days. You read when others scroll. You act when others wait. And slowly, things change. Your confidence increases. Your discipline strengthens. Your self-respect returns. Because seriousness creates momentum. Being serious doesn't mean being stressed. It means being intentional. It means recognizing that your life is worth effort. Your future is worth discipline. Your potential is worth protecting. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Life doesn't ask for perfection. It asks for commitment, not heroic effort. Consistent effort. One good decision today. One disciplined action. One promise kept. That's how seriousness begins. And once you start taking life seriously, life starts taking you seriously. Opportunities appear. People trust you. You trust yourself. Because seriousness creates value. Life is serious, whether you are or not. And the day you stop drifting is the day life starts working with you instead of against you. Personal growth is not optional. Not if you want life to work. You can ignore it. You can delay it. You can pretend it doesn't matter. But life never ignores it. Life has a simple requirement. You must grow to keep up with what you want. Your level of success will rarely exceed your level of personal development. That's not criticism. That's instruction. Most people want more. More income. More confidence. More freedom. More respect. But they don't want to become more. They want the rewards without the refinement. The harvest without the planting. The results without the responsibility. And life says no. Because life does not reward desire. It rewards development. Personal growth is how you prepare yourself to receive more. Without growth, more becomes a burden. With growth, more becomes a blessing. Here's what I learned sometimes the hard way. If you don't work on yourself, life gets harder. But if you do work on yourself, life gets better. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. That single idea can change everything. Getting serious about personal growth doesn't mean reading every book. It means reading something. It doesn't mean mastering everything. It means improving something, a little every day. Most people overestimate what they can do in a week and underestimate what they can do in a year. They try for massive change. They fail. They quit. Growth doesn't work that way. Growth is quiet, incremental, daily. One insight applied, one habit refined, one discipline added, and slowly, you become stronger than your circumstances. Now let me be honest with you. Personal growth requires humility. You have to admit you don't know everything. You have to accept that you can improve. And that's uncomfortable for some people. It's easier to blame the economy, blame the past, blame other people. But blame never builds capacity. The moment you stop learning is the moment you stop leading. If you want to lead your life, you must remain a student, a serious student. You read to gather ideas. You listen to sharpen perspective. You reflect to understand yourself. And you apply what you learn immediately. Because knowledge without action is trivia. The goal of personal growth is not information. It's transformation. You don't read to sound smart. You read to live better. You don't learn to impress others. You learn to improve yourself. Getting serious about growth means guarding your mind. What you listen to matters. What you watch matters. What you repeatedly think about matters. Your mind is a garden, and whatever you plant grows. Neglect the garden, and weeds take over. Cultivate it, and life flourishes. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Serious growth sometimes requires serious decisions. Different conversations, different influences, different habits. Not because you're better than others, but because you're serious about your future. Personal growth also requires patience. You won't see results overnight, but you will feel them. Your confidence increases. Your thinking sharpens. Your reactions improve. You become less emotional, more intentional. Life still challenges you, but it doesn't overwhelm you anymore because growth builds capacity. And here's the beautiful part. The more you grow, the more life offers. Not because life is generous, but because you're ready. For things to change, you must change. Getting serious about personal growth is deciding that your future is worth effort. Your mind is worth discipline. Your potential is worth protection. It's deciding that drift is no longer acceptable. And once you make that decision, life starts responding differently. Not immediately, but inevitably. You don't grow by accident. You grow by decision. And the decision to grow is one of the most serious and rewarding decisions you'll ever make. Casual living is expensive. More expensive than most people ever imagine, because the bill doesn't come right away. It comes later, quietly, with interest. Casual decisions create serious consequences. That's one of life's unbreakable laws. When you live casually, nothing dramatic happens at first. That's why it's so dangerous. You skip a little discipline. You postpone a small responsibility. You allow a minor excuse, and life stays calm. No alarms, no warnings, no immediate pain. So you assume it doesn't matter. But neglect is patient. It waits. What you ignore today will charge interest tomorrow. Casual living is not living wildly. It's living carelessly. It's saying, I'll do it later. It's choosing comfort over character. It's letting days slip by without direction. And day by day, potential quietly leaks away. You don't lose your future all at once. You trade it away in small, unimportant moments. A missed workout, an unread book, an avoided conversation, an unkept promise, especially to yourself. None of these ruin your life immediately, but together they form a pattern, and patterns shape destiny. Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. Casual people don't plan their days. They react to them. They wake up without intention. They drift through obligations. They go to bed tired but not fulfilled. Busy but not productive. Occupied but not progressing. Casual living dulls awareness. You stop asking important questions. Where am I going? What am I becoming? Is this habit helping or hurting? Instead, you say, I'm fine. But fine is often the enemy of growth. Casual living slowly erodes standards. You tolerate things you once promised you wouldn't. Late becomes normal. Average becomes acceptable. Excuses become reasonable. And before long, your standards match your circumstances instead of your dreams. We must all suffer one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Casual living chooses the pain of regret. Not today, not tomorrow, but eventually, regret arrives when effort would have been easier, when discipline would have been cheaper, when change would have been simpler. Regret asks hard questions. Why didn't you take better care of your health? Why didn't you develop your skills? Why did you waste so much time? And regret never accepts excuses. Casual living also affects confidence. When you constantly let yourself off the hook, you stop trusting yourself. You say you'll start tomorrow and don't. You promise change and delay. You set goals and abandon them. Over time, self-belief weakens. Not because you're incapable, but because you've trained yourself to quit quietly. That's a heavy price to pay. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Casual living avoids discipline, and in doing so, cuts itself off from accomplishment. You can't casually build a strong body. You can't casually build a strong mind. You can't casually build a strong future. Great things require intention. Neglect is subtle. It whispers, not shouts. You deserve a break. One day won't hurt. You'll catch up later, and each time you agree, your future pays a little more. Here's the truth most people discover too late. Life will either be designed or it will be default. Casual living accepts default settings. Serious living designs direction, and design requires effort. Effort is uncomfortable at first, but regret is uncomfortable forever. If you don't run your life, someone else will. Casual living hands over control to moods, to habits, to circumstances. Serious living takes it back. It says, I will not drift. I will not neglect. I will not leave my life to chance. Casual living wastes extraordinary potential through ordinary neglect, not big mistakes, small ones, and that's the tragedy. The high price of casual living is not failure. It's almost disciplined, almost successful, almost fulfilled, almost, but not quite. And almost is one of the most expensive words in life. Life always responds, not to intentions, but to actions, whether you are serious or whether you relax. Life keeps score. We all must choose one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Being serious is not about tension. It's about attention. Relaxing is not rest. It's neglect disguised as comfort. And the difference between the two determines the direction of your life. When you get serious, life pushes back at first. Resistance appears. Excuses get louder. Comfort fights for control. Because seriousness requires structure. It demands consistency. It insists on standards. And standards make most people uncomfortable. But seriousness carries a quiet reward. You begin to feel momentum. You gain self-respect. You trust yourself again. Small wins start to stack. Confidence becomes earned, not imagined. Success is not to be pursued. It is to be attracted by the person you become. Serious people attract better outcomes, not because life favors them, but because they prepare for opportunity. They don't wait to feel motivated. They act first. Motivation follows. They don't rely on moods. They rely on routines. And routines create results. Now look at relaxing. Relaxing feels harmless at first, even deserved. I'll take it easy today. I'll start next week. I've got time. And life stays quiet. No consequences yet. No warnings. That's why relaxing is deceptive. Neglect starts out as an infection and ends up as a disease. When you relax your standards, life relaxes its rewards. You stop pushing. You stop stretching. You stop growing. And without growth, life begins to shrink. Opportunities become fewer. Energy declines. Options narrow. Not suddenly. Gradually. Seriousness builds a future. Relaxing spends it. Serious people invest effort early, so they can enjoy life later. Relaxed people enjoy life early and pay for it later. That is the trade. Those who will not read are no better off than those who cannot read. Serious people study. Relaxed people scroll. Serious people plan. Relaxed people drift. Serious people do what is hard now, so life can be easy later. Relaxed people avoid discomfort now and face hardship later. Life is fair, just not forgiving. Being serious sharpens awareness. You notice wasted time. You catch sloppy habits. You correct small errors before they become disasters. Serious people don't wait for life to get hard. They prepare while life is manageable. Relaxed people wait. They wait for pressure. They wait for motivation. They wait for necessity. And by the time necessity arrives, options are limited. Motivation alone is not enough. If you had an idiot and motivated him, now you have a motivated idiot. Seriousness is not emotion. It's intelligence applied daily. It's deciding in advance what kind of person you're going to be. It's setting standards that don't change with moods. Relaxing allows moods to lead, and moods are unreliable leaders. One day you feel strong. The next day you don't. Seriousness removes decision fatigue. You don't debate whether to act. You act because that's who you are. That's power. Relaxing erodes identity. You become someone who starts, but doesn't finish. Someone who knows, but doesn't apply. Someone who hopes, but doesn't commit. And hope without action is fragile. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Serious people work on becoming better. Relaxed people wish for easier. And life only responds to effort. Seriousness compounds. Each disciplined day strengthens the next. Each kept promise builds self-belief. Relaxing compounds too. Each delay makes the next easier. Each excuse lowers the bar. Both paths have consequences. One leads to freedom. The other leads to frustration. Life doesn't ask what you intend. It asks what you practice. You don't get paid for thoughts. You get paid for actions. And life doesn't negotiate. Be serious now. Or be serious later about fixing the damage. Either way, seriousness is required. The only question is timing. Consistency is not exciting, and that's why it works. It doesn't rely on motivation. It doesn't wait for inspiration. It simply shows up again and again. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. That sentence explains almost everything. People search for breakthroughs. Life rewards routines. People want sudden change. Life responds to steady behavior. Consistency is the invisible force that turns effort into outcome. At first, it feels unrewarded. You do the work. Nothing changes. You repeat the habit. Still nothing. And this is where most people quit. Not because consistency fails, but because patience runs out. You don't have to be extraordinary to get extraordinary results. Just do ordinary things extraordinarily well. Consistency is ordinary. Extraordinarily applied. A little reading each day. A little movement each day. A little planning each day. None of it is impressive in the moment. All of it is powerful over time. Consistency builds trust. Not with others, with yourself. Each time you keep a promise, self-respect grows. Each time you follow through, confidence becomes real. Not loud confidence. Quiet confidence. The kind that doesn't need validation. Confidence is the ability to feel relaxed in a wide variety of circumstances. Consistency creates stability. Your emotions settle. Your decisions improve. Your life becomes less chaotic because chaos thrives on inconsistency. When your actions are predictable, your results become predictable. And predictability is power. A life that works is not perfect. It's reliable. You know what happens when you do the work. You know what happens when you don't. No confusion. No mystery. Just cause and effect. Life is like the changing seasons. Consistency respects the seasons. You don't expect fruit in winter. You don't quit in spring. You keep planting. You keep tending. And eventually, the harvest comes. Consistency removes panic. You don't rush. You don't scramble. Because you've been preparing daily. Small efforts compound quietly. Health improves slowly. Skills sharpen gradually. Opportunities expand naturally. And one day, people say, "You're lucky." They didn't see the consistency. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. A life that works is not built on intensity. It's built on integrity. Doing what you said you would do, long after the mood is gone. Consistency turns seriousness into identity. You're no longer someone who tries. You're someone who does. You don't argue with yourself. You don't negotiate. You simply follow your standards. That's freedom. Because discipline practiced daily reduces decision fatigue. You stop asking, "Should I?" You already decided. And that decision protects your future. Discipline weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons. Consistency also brings peace. You sleep better. You think clearer. You worry less. Because worry thrives in unfinished business. When your days are aligned, your mind relaxes. A life that works is not loud. It's aligned. Your actions match your values. Your habits support your goals. And alignment creates fulfillment, not happiness. Fulfillment. Happiness comes and goes. Fulfillment stays. Consistency doesn't promise speed. It promises direction. And direction is more important than pace. You don't need to do more. You need to do better consistently. The reward of consistency is not just success. It's self-respect. It's clarity. It's control. It's waking up knowing your life is not drifting. You're building it, day by day, habit by habit. A life that works is a life lived on purpose. And purpose is the ultimate reward. Life doesn't change all at once. It changes quietly, daily, by choice. Every day, you are casting a vote, not with words, with actions. You are voting for the life you want, or the life you're settling for. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And one of those people is you. So take yourself seriously, not with pressure, with purpose. Decide to live with intention. Decide to keep your promises. Decide to practice the small disciplines, because the future is not built in moments of intensity. It's built in moments of consistency. Success is something you attract by the person you become. And becoming happens one day at a time. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for life to slow down. Life is serious, and it rewards those who are prepared. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can every day. That's how a life begins to work. And when your life works, everything else follows.